So, good evening, all of you. So, welcome to the class. So, here we have continued the last class. So, we have studied in the last class, that is Sir Ricardo's theory of combustion. So, here you can see what are the observations he has done during the experimental research on a spark ignition engine. And the same thing he has observed for compression ignition. It will be studied in next video. So, here once again, I recall that what are the stages that will be seen in a particular SI engine combustions. So one is at y-axis you will be having pressures of 0 to 30, and here you can see 80, 60, 40, 20 and 8, and these are the dotted lines which represents the stages, and an x-axis you are having crank angle, that is will be denoted with theta. So this is a p theta diagram which will be important in your semester exams. So coming to what are the observation he has done from A to B, and sudden rise of pressures can be seen at B to C, and the sudden decreasing of pressures, that is called after burning at this third stage. So you can see ignition lag. So ignition lag, or it is defined as preparatory phase. So why it is called preparatory phase? So here only you will get the spark ignition when it is released from a spark plug. So it all depends upon opening and closing of inlet and exhaust valve before entering the before reaching the fuel air mixture. So the piston will be traveling from bottom to top dead center before reaching top dead center. So there is a crank angle rotation will be seen. So he has given in the chart in this graph. So you can see the crank angle rotation from 35 bar towards the 20 bar, so 20 degrees. So here the starting of the ignition can be seen. So after ignition, he also observed there are some properties which influences the last cycle gases. Those are exhaust gases also be remained with some proportion. Okay, so in last cycle you are having the exhaust stroke, so there some amount of gases will be remained actually. Okay, so that will also influences the ignition. And also he has said that there is a passage of spark at A, and at the B he has observed what is the time gap. So suddenly the ignition lag is obviously very small, and it will be lies between 15 microseconds to 2 microseconds. Okay, so the lag generally is observed at 35-degree crank rotation when it is engine is rotating at 3000 rpm. Okay, so the ignition lag will be 0.002 seconds. So he has said that at the preparatory phase, the phase which is remained with respect to time, there is a growth and developing of a nucleus of flame. A small flame will be ignited or liberated. So there, with this, the angle of advance increases with regarding the speed of the engine. So this will be all about the ignition lag. And next one is the second phase. You can see that is propagation of flame. So B to C, you have observed a long pressure rise. Okay, so you will get a steep. So in this between before TDC at 8-degree crank angle towards after TDC 15 degrees or 20 degrees near to that value, you have observed a propagation of flame. Okay, so here he has observed the preheater diagram. The flame propagates at the constant velocity, and the heat will be transferred along the CC through the toward the cylinder wall. That will be lower. Okay, and he has identified the turbulence intensity of flame and reaction rate. Okay, so here the rate of reaction, chemical reaction, and the rate of heat, joule per second. So heat, that is watt. He has how much rate of heat releases, and it all depends upon the turbulence intensity of flame and reaction rate of the fuel and air mixture. So that will be the main points will be discussed where B to C, propagation of flame, stays. So what will be the remain stage, that will be after burning at point C. You can see at point C the heat released due to fuel injection in reducing the flame front. So that will be the point at which the flame front will be reduced and it is totally converted into smoke. Okay, so where the expansion stroke will be started. So the expansion stroke is nothing but a power stroke. So that will be the important one during the combustion in SI engines. So here there is no pressure rise will be observed during this period. So the important, the period is C to D. While regarding the power generation, while you are getting brake power, to run an engine the brake power is important. So that here the main ignition lag, propagation of flame is also influenced by the some other parameters. So the what are the other parameters? So that is flame front propagation and the ignition lag, and after burning, that are the main three observations regarding the efficiencies you are getting, whether it is higher or lower or medium. Okay, during the calculations, real calculations, these are the conditions, these are the conditions, these are the stages you should study about this Ricardo theory of combustions for the analysis, for the research analysis for a petrol engine. Okay, so you can see the real values of simulation on the on this diagram. See, so 3A TDC, 4A TDC, 6A TDC, 8A TDC. So this is the after TDC has observed. So, so the TDC center, top dead center, after reaching top dead center, 3 degrees, 4 degrees, 6 degrees, 8 degrees, the flame propagation, which is in blue color, you can see the intensity. So how it is spreading towards the volume of the cylinder and the piston head. So, and as usually you can observe at the bottom you are having different wave fronts. Okay, spreading of wave of flame towards the one end, a spark plug, and to piston head. So you can see the real observation, it is taken from the camera. Okay, so the flame which is having high intensity, high temperature, it will be measured in the flame speed in meter per second. Okay, so there are some factors which affect the flame propagation, that is air fuel ratio, compression ratio, load on the engine, and turbulence and engine speed. Turbulence and engine speed has also be uh, affect the flame propagation during the combustion process. So these are the real observations. Generally we can identify whether it is giving higher combustion efficiency, the fuel economy, and the remaining efficiency you are calculating, mechanical efficiency. Okay, so there are thermal efficiency, overall efficiency. Okay, so on all efficiencies, the theoretical part is different and the real part is different. Okay, these are the factors which will be influenced on the combustion phenomenon. Okay, and to identify the combustion efficiencies. Okay, so whether it is good engine or bad engine. So these are the factors he has observed from the theory of combustion. Okay, thank you. We will learn the next topics on knocking and detonation, how a normal combustion and abnormal combustion is different, and what are the advantages and disadvantages will be seen for a internal combustion engine. Thank you.